That Mandali, that those who were with Baba, they are called Mandali. Those who served him while living with him. And day-to-day order Baba would give. It is not that he would not live, but yes, they would not say why this and why that. No. Just follow. And then, of course, they will follow. I'm telling this, that Mandali, those who were with Baba, they were called Mandali. I was called Mandali, Iraj, Pindu, and Mani, Mera. They are all Mandali. Now, I am the only one who lived with Baba, wrote Lord Mayor, 20 volumes, and other books, so many books I have written. Mayor Sarod, Mayor
Roshani.
मेहर सरोद, मेहर रोशनी, मेहर गीतिका, मेहर किरण, लॉर्ड मेहर, 20 volumes, Meher Darshan, in poetic form, whole Baba's life. And previously in 1960s, Meher Jyoti, twice he has written, the Meher Jyoti, 1960s, and then I think so 62 something, second edition, and a lot of changes are there. Then Prem Mahima, Baba's play, Meher Leela, Divya Leela, Jai Meher, Puja, you alone exist. All this. Nothing and everything, nothing and everything, Meher Baba manifesting while the world slept. All these books.
Nectar for the children.
Now, Ancient One, Nectar for the Children, New Life, Awakening. Part 1, yes, Awakening Part 1. Part 2 will come. Part 2 will come.
Heart and mind. Heart takes one inside, and mind takes everywhere, outside. Mind does not reach heart.
So about the Mandali members, they had to listen to Baba from their hearts?
Yes. And we did not know. Now we use my mind, but this mind is secondary. First is heart. Whatever heart says, we just follow.
Mandali used to listen, Mandali used to obey, without question most of the time. What Baba used to say means they used to use Meher Baba's mind, the universal mind, not their own mind. And who remains for longer period with Meher Baba, in his close one, they are the Mandali member. They are the Mandali member.
Obedience. I learnt just to obey Baba. Since then, nothing. Thoughts will come in my mind, but I will not obey the thoughts. I will obey him, whatever he would say.
The heart.
Heart. Everyone, just follow whatever he would say. Just follow. And to follow him is not easy. Many came, and from Pune, everywhere. So, but they could not, they would ask different things. But Baba would say, you tell. Other Mandali members, they were there. Iraj, he was the Mandali member. But he would just reply.
One day he was in the later years, he was saying, what is all this talk about being Mandali or not being Mandali? Who are the Mandali and what are they? What's all this talk going on? Anybody who loves me and obeys me, whether he's here or there, he's my Mandali, he or she. He used to say such things in various occasions. But later on, Baba specified that those people who are staying close to me, following my day-to-day orders, and in my close physical association, and who love and serve and obey me in all respects, and with whom I feel at home, they are my Mandali. So there are so many things that go to think that so and so is a Mandali and so is not. It's none of our business. Neither did Dheeraj ever assert himself to be a Mandali, or any of the Mandali did that, for that matter. So their focus was on the Lord, and they gave no importance to themselves, and just wanted people, tried to guide people in the same way. They felt that they were just pointers to Baba, nothing else. That's what they felt in reality. So at least that's what Dheeraj used to say to us, that I'm just a pointer. Don't look at me. I'm nobody. Don't let your focus be only on the Lord. So that's how the Mandali used to guide people to be with Baba, to be all totally focused on him, and not to let their minds be diverted into anybody else or anyone, and give any importance to other than Baba. Yeah. So in my close association with Dheeraj, who was one of the close of Mandali of Baba, because he spent his entire lifetime in close association with Baba and serving him, being his personal attendant all those years. I learned a great many things from him as to how to obey him. He wouldn't make any show of obedience or anything, but the way he led his life, the way he was so detached from everything, and yet he was so concerned about the family and everything. That was the example that I could imbibe, and that has remained with me. That the focus of the Mandali was with Baba, and they led such lives that they provided a lot of guidance to the new pilgrims who came along. The Mandali gave them all the ways in which Baba used to live, how he lived, how he was leading a normal human life, and yet how at the same time they felt his divinity also. So they had the first-hand experience of Baba being both God and human at the same time. And they therefore had the capacity to guide people to to what they should be doing. And so many pilgrims benefited by that. The way Erich would tell stories about Baba and the way he recounted them, that he could bring Baba's physical presence alive while talking. Same with Mani and Mera and all these close people who were with Baba. They did all this to bring Baba alive to the pilgrims, and which the current generation now unfortunately don't have anymore. So they have left this legacy to us to follow what they have said, that to be focused on Baba, to love him, to serve him.
This was 1972. So Baba had left us 3.5 years before. So here I come tumbling into Ahmednagar, knowing that I'm going to meet the saints that I have wanted to meet all my life. I'm going to meet them. And who are they? And what will they be like? And will they accept me? Will they close their doors? Will they open their door? How will I be with them? Well, I had so much fear and so much trepidation about, was I worthy of meeting these extraordinary people? You know, there is no one more human, more loving, more open, more forgiving, more accepting than the Mandali of Meher Baba. Every one of them welcomed me, smiled at me, clucked over me, ooh, chucked my chin. They welcomed me and loved me, and also cautioned me when I, as a very young girl, I was in my 20s, but I was still pretty young, did things that were perhaps not what I should have done. But anyone would have been treated exactly as I was, with love and attention and joy. They're just so accessible. You know, they make you feel at home. And the very first thing that was said to me by Baba's sister, Mani, she came around the corner onto the tin shed at Marazad and said, "Marilyn, there you are." Came over to me, threw her arms around me and said, "Welcome home." And as someone who has lived in so many places all over the world, because my father was an army officer and we traveled a lot, and I never really had a home, when she took me in her arms and embraced me and said, "Welcome home," for the very first time in my life, I actually felt there was such a thing as a home for me. And then she said, "Come with me." And I said, "Okay." She says, "Mara is waiting for you." And I was astounded. And I was, "Well, can I just stay with you?" "No, you can't stay with me. Mara is waiting for you. You are the only Western woman here now. You're the only one. And you must spend your time with Mara." I was astounded because I didn't know anything other than this was the one human being who loved God to perfection, who loved God as he should be loved, and I didn't love God as he should be loved. And how was I going to keep company with this remarkable being? So I dragged my heels and Mani pulled me along and introduced me to Mara, who took over and sent Mani away, and I spent weeks at Marazad along with Mara. The Maharani of Baroda came, and she was going to take Mara, Mani, and Meru to Baba's tomb in her car. And so Mara said to me, "You come too." So the Maharani drove the car. Yep. Meru rode in the front seat. I took Meru's place in the center between Mara and Mani. And Mara said to me, "Have you been to Baba's tomb?" And I admitted that I had. I had been, I believe, once before. And she said, "Do you know how to worship near Baba? Do you know how to take darshan?" And I said, "No, I didn't know that she would have a particular way that I was to take darshan." And she said, "Don't worry, I will show you how to worship near Baba." So, into the tomb I went with Mara, Mani, Meru, and the Maharani of Baroda. And Mara took darshan at Baba's tomb. And then she said to me, "Did you see? Did you see how I did it?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Do it." So I said, "Well, I don't know that I can." So she showed me exactly how she wanted me to take darshan. And you know what? I sat at Mayor Baba's tomb one day last week for several hours, looking inside, and I saw many people taking darshan from Mayor Baba in the way Mera instructed me. So this was so incredibly sweet for me to think that all these other visits I've had to India, I have not seen people taking darshan in the way that Mera demonstrated to me. But now, many, many, many people are doing it. I don't know how they learned, but what does it matter? People are taking darshan in the way that Mera said. I will teach you how to worship Mayor Baba.
And how was that?
Well, she told me to kneel down at the foot of the marble slab and to place my hands on either side of the marble as if I were embracing Baba, and to kiss the cloth that is on the tomb, and to place my cheek down upon it, to go back again and to kiss it again, and then to turn my cheek and kiss it again. And then both arms are extended out around Baba's marble as if I were actually embracing him. And that is how she told me to worship Mayor Baba. What I had with these Mandali members was friendship and joy in their company. And that is what I loved best about Katie Irani. Katie was elegant, royal, beautiful, beautifully dressed. Her hair always was in place. Her makeup was always beautiful. There was a smile always on her face, and a laugh, a lightness. Even when things weren't all that light, she could make everything shimmer. It was such fun to be with her.
Thought right from the beginning that the thing is to cease giving importance to the self and focus upon the Lord. And that's what those people who stayed with Baba for most of their lives and spent their lifetime with him, they just were there to love, serve, and obey him.
Noel, whatever he has said about this Mandali, so those who follow the rules, order, they are the Mandali. 100%, not for selfishness. Here they come, so many come, and then they give talk. Only talk, but they don't follow that. They are not the Mandali. Mandali, that is, this I does not come.